혹시 이쪽에 따라오세요. 저 따라오세요. 딱 여기에요, 여기.
스태프들이 좀 반응이 다른데.
스탠드. 빨리 이거 보여줄까?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. The world of BTS fans has always been filled with unforgettable moments, emotional connections, and countless mysteries that spark endless discussions. Among the many relationships inside the group, one bond has consistently captured the imagination of millions of fans around the world. The connection between Park Jimin and Jungkook, often lovingly called Jikook by ARMY, has always carried a special energy that feels different, deeper, and sometimes even impossible to ignore. Over the years, fans have watched their journey unfold through concerts, interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and subtle moments that seem small at first glance but later become the center of passionate fan theories. Recently, however, a moment appeared that has once again sent shockwaves through the entire fandom. It came from a place fans know very well: a music video. At first, it looked like just another beautifully produced BTS visual masterpiece. The lighting was cinematic, the storytelling emotional, and every scene carefully designed to carry meaning. But as fans watched more closely, some began to notice details that felt surprisingly personal. The camera angles, the symbolism, the expressions, and especially one particular moment involving Jungkook began to spark a question that quickly spread across social media. Did Jungkook just confess his love to Jimin in the music video? At first, the idea sounded unbelievable. BTS music videos are often full of layered storytelling, metaphors, and artistic symbolism. But the more fans watched the scene again and again, the more the possibilities started to feel real. Some fans noticed the way Jungkook's gaze lingered during a specific shot, the softness in his expression, and the emotional weight in the moment that seemed almost too genuine to simply be acting. For longtime ARMY, moments like this bring back years of memories. Since their debut under the global phenomenon known as BTS, Jimin and Jungkook have shared countless interactions that fans describe as both playful and deeply meaningful. Their dynamic has evolved over time, growing from a relationship between two young trainees into a bond that appears unbreakable even after more than a decade together in the spotlight. Back in the early days of BTS, Jungkook was known as the youngest member, still finding his place among the older members of the group. Jimin, on the other hand, was someone who often showed a caring and protective side toward him. Fans remember how Jungkook would quietly observe Jimin during practice sessions, sometimes imitating his dance moves, sometimes watching him with a mixture of admiration and affection. As the years passed, their relationship became one of the most talked about friendships in the entire K-pop world. Whether it was during live broadcasts, variety shows, or emotional concert moments, the chemistry between them often stood out in ways that felt natural and genuine. Many fans described their interactions as something that couldn't simply be scripted or planned. There were moments when Jungkook would unconsciously look toward Jimin first whenever something exciting happened. There were times when Jimin would instinctively reach for Jungkook's hand or shoulder during emotional speeches. Small gestures like these slowly built the foundation of what fans would later call the legendary Jikook bond. But the moment in the music video has added a completely new layer to this story. In the scene that sparked the latest wave of excitement, Jungkook appears in a quiet, emotionally charged moment that feels different from the rest of the video. The lighting softens around him, and the camera focuses closely on his face, as if inviting viewers to read every subtle emotion. His expression carries a mixture of vulnerability and sincerity, something that immediately caught the attention of fans who have followed his journey for years. Then comes the moment that changed everything. The lyrics playing during the scene speak about longing, connection, and feelings that can no longer remain hidden. As the words unfold, Jungkook's gaze shifts in a direction that many fans believe symbolizes Jimin's presence within the story of a video. It's not just the direction of the look that made people pause, but the emotional intensity behind it. Some fans pointed out that Jungkook rarely performs with such a deeply personal expression unless the moment truly means something to him. Others noticed that the camera framing seemed deliberately designed to highlight the emotional weight of that scene, almost as if the director wanted viewers to feel the sincerity behind it.
너무 가까워요. 너무 가까워. 너무 가까워. 너무 가까워. 너무 가까워.
영국씨.
Within hours of the music video's release, social media platforms were flooded with reactions from fans around the world. Many ARMY members began analyzing the scene frame by frame, discussing every tiny detail that might reveal hidden meaning. Edits comparing the scene with past Jikook moments started appearing everywhere, and the theories quickly became more fascinating. One popular interpretation suggested that the music video might be telling a symbolic story about unspoken love, with Jungkook representing someone finally ready to express his feelings. Fans who support this theory believe that the scene was intentionally crafted to mirror the emotional journey both idols have experienced together over the years. Another group of fans believes the moment was less about a literal confession and more about artistic storytelling. BTS has always been known for weaving complex narratives into their music videos, often leaving room for multiple interpretations. In this perspective, Jungkook's emotional performance could simply represent the universal feeling of love, longing, and vulnerability that many listeners can relate to. However, even fans who support the artistic interpretation admit that the chemistry between Jungkook and Jimin has always felt incredibly genuine. That authenticity is one of the reasons why the Jikook dynamic continues to captivate audiences even after so many years. Throughout BTS history, there have been countless moments where Jungkook's admiration for Jimin seemed impossible to hide. During interviews, he has often praised Jimin's dedication, talent, and work ethic. There have been times when Jungkook openly described Jimin as someone who inspires him to work harder and become a better performer. Jimin, in return, has frequently spoken about how proud he feels watching Jungkook grow from a shy teenager into one of the most powerful performers in the global music industry. Their mutual respect and admiration create a dynamic that feels deeply emotional, something fans believe forms the heart of their connection. What makes the recent music video moment so powerful is the timing. Both idols have matured significantly over the years, not just as artists but as individuals. Their performances now carry a depth of emotion that reflects everything they have experienced together, from exhausting world tours to personal challenges and the overwhelming pressure of global fame. For many fans, the idea that Jungkook might express something personal through art feels both exciting and meaningful. Music has always been one of the most honest ways for artists to share their emotions with the world, even when those emotions cannot be spoken directly. This is why the scene continues to spark such intense curiosity. Was it simply a beautifully acted moment designed to tell a universal story about love? Or was it something more personal, something that reflects a deeper truth hidden beneath the surface? The answer may never be confirmed directly, and perhaps that mystery is exactly what makes the moment so special. BTS has always encouraged fans to interpret their music and visuals in their own way, creating a connection between artist and audience that feels deeply personal. For Jikook supporters, the possibility of a confession, whether symbolic or real, feels like a powerful continuation of the story they have been following for years. Every shared glance, every emotional performance, and every quiet moment between Jimin and Jungkook adds another chapter to a narrative that fans continue to cherish. What remains undeniable is the emotional authenticity both artists bring to their work. Whether the scene represents a hidden message, a symbolic confession, or simply a beautifully crafted piece of storytelling, it has once again reminded fans why the bond between Jimin and Jungkook feels so captivating. And maybe that is the true magic of moments like this. Sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones that remain just slightly out of reach, leaving fans to wonder, imagine, and feel the emotions behind the art. Whether Jungkook's expression in the music video was a confession, a symbol, or simply a masterful performance, one thing is certain. For ARMY around the world, the moment felt real enough to believe. If you enjoyed this video and love exploring emotional BTS moments like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss the next story. We'll keep bringing you the most touching, mysterious, and unforgettable moments from the world of BTS, especially the moments that make the Jikook bond so special to millions of fans around the world. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this amazing ARMY community, and we'll see you in the next video.